What is up? Welcome to Podcast by Committee. We are on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and I'm with my co-hosts Logan and Graham. How are you guys doing?
Doing well tonight. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm doing fantastic. Colts won this week. It was a blowout win against the Texans. Logan, how are the Broncos?
Horrible, awful.
Horrible?
Vance Joseph. I probably will bring this comp up later.
Sure.
He's like, I don't know, the Unabomber. He's doing that to our team, man. It's rough.
Man, I really hope you bring that comp up later. Can't wait.
Rex Ryan. We should have hired Rex
Ryan.
Than Vance Joseph. Rex Ryan would be a better defensive coordinator than Vance Joseph.
Wait, guys, before we get too far, I got to talk about my game. The Cowboys.
We don't care. We do not care.
No one
delicious.
cares. No one
cares. It's like, when you eat the perfect amount at Thanksgiving and you just feel like, oh yeah, this is it. That's us. Because New York, bye-bye. You got 70-10 overall in these past 2 weeks.
Go win a ring about it.
They came back. Oh, you're talking about from... Yeah, I don't.
Go win a ring about it.
Yeah.
And then I will agree.
I will.
Please, I invite you to.
All right.
How about we get into the news? First up, Cam Akers was inactive by coach's decision, and he's on the trade block. What do you guys think about that?
No, we're going to come up with some wacky... Or you want to come up with wacky trades now?
The question is, who is the 6th-round pick that's going to be picked with that pick?
Which Mississippi State special teams linebacker will be selected with the 6th-round pick that's traded for Cam Akers?
And why will they still be better than Cam Akers?
Well, this being recorded on... We record this for our listeners, our many listeners. We record this on Monday nights,
We do.
So the games are going on. Nick Chubb, he's done. Okay.
Dude.
So, who says no?
I just got an update.
Who says
possible knee dislocation and ligament damage.
Cam Akers to the Browns. I'll see him
for a 6th-round pick.
7th. 7th. We are not going to. We need to stop this.
Okay, yeah. Because Sean McVay hates him so much.
Yeah. No. Cam Akers, you are a Cleveland Brad.
My last piece of news is Aaron Rodgers is hoping to return for the playoffs. I don't know how likely it is to get there with Zach Wilson starting. I get it was against Cowboys defense, but a rough game regardless. Garrett Wilson's value is definitely hurt by him.
They should bring Josh Johnson back.
I mean, if they make it to the playoffs, if they even make it, listen, they might have to play the Cowboys at some point, and he's just going to get so much PTSD.
In a Super Bowl.
He's going to get so much PTSD, he's going to be like, oh! Straight up die on the field. If it was like 90.
Is Josh Johnson retired?
No, he's not. He's on the 49ers. No, he's somewhere.
No, I think he's probably top 10 Broncos players of all time.
Probably.
Maybe. I would say he's a top 10.
Journeyman quarterback Josh Johnson.
Okay, what you got next for us, Joey?
Let's go into game notes. First up, I got Falcons versus Packers. Falcons looks great. I mean, Packers look solid, but Falcons look really good, especially on offense. What do you guys have about that?
Question. I got a question for you guys.
You got a question?
Yep. I know you guys, I've already asked you this, but is Bijan top 2 in the league? That's my take. Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson right under.
Like production or skill?
Skill and production. I don't care.
Oof. I think you could argue.
No, it's too early. It's too early.
He's so talented. I don't
Maybe
care.
not top 2,
he's
but
extremely talented.
You could argue top 5. He's so much fun to watch. He's arrived as advertised.
He consistently turns nothing gains into 4 or 5.
Absolutely.
That's just what he does.
2 weeks in a row, he's sent dudes flying onto the turf. I've been really impressed.
When the dude was playing Twister on the ground this week.
Wow.
He also had the 4th down play that R. Smith was terrified about. He had the great conversion
on his head.
Oh man,
that might be my
but if we're talking about top 5 QBs running backs who send people flying, we've got to mention Deuce Vaughn. Probably one of the greatest prospects I've ever seen.
The shortest and most successful Cowboys running back ever.
If you would have seen, the Kansas State game, got killed by Mizzou. Let's go Mizzou, first of all.
Let's go Mizzou.
They need him, man.
They
need him back. They need him back.
True. Extra year of eligibility, NCAA, please. I thought Ritter looked pretty solid as well, which was a good compliment to the running game. I was fairly impressed by Ritter.
Drake London came back?
He did come back. With a touchdown. Azure looks good, as usual. True. Kyle Pitts was bad.
I feel like Michael Penix is going to be
An Atlanta
An
Falcon.
Atlanta Falcon. Because I feel like
Washington Huskies quarterback.
They're going to be a
Michael
playoff
Penix.
team, but they're going to be like they aren't going to be great. I feel like that's how I'm. So they're going to be like 20s, and I feel like that's the Michael Penix range, and they're going to take Michael Penix.
I can see that. Next thing I got is I think we owe Ryan Tannehill a little bit of an apology.
Nope. Fluke.
I'm
He
sorry,
did
but no.
significantly better against, granted, a worse defense, but he played significantly better.
Yeah, granted, a worse defense.
And
And I don't think he could play
defense,
any worse or even on par with his last week performance. I mean, that's
if he
just
did,
fair,
he'd be out of the league. You can't.
Henry is still the only offense on that team. Burks had a solid game though, but
yeah, he had
that's all.
Like one play though. Really.
Yeah, I know, but it was a good one. Chargers defense is bad. We knew that though.
Fire Wait, I'm skipping in my notes. I forgot this is at the end.
Cut Jason Jackson.
Fire Brandon Staley. He is awful.
Fire the head coach.
Yeah.
Because he's ruining Justin Herbert. I love Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
He's ruining him.
What about what do you guys have next?
I have Bengals. Oh yeah, are the Bengals frauds or not? We give them another week.
Give him another week. You can't say it this early.
Yeah, I agree.
If Burrow plays, give him another week.
Burrow could. I think Burrow's hurt, man.
Probably won't play.
Out there.
I mean, they're just looking bad. They're just looking bad from every angle.
How much of a hole can they dig themselves into to where it becomes? How long does it take them to get out and make the playoffs? Is the question.
I think Burrow re-injured. If that's the worst case scenario, is Burrow re-injures himself, he's out.
Yeah, I mean it's the calf again, like it was from preseason.
Because I don't
not
think
a good situation.
It never healed.
Probably not. They probably rushed him back too early.
I think they did because Jamar Chase wanted him till
week 5. Yeah, he wanted to rest till week 5. So not a great situation
Zach
for.
Taylor's a little iffy as a coach. I think he's a little.
Yeah. Next, I've written down Pacheco did take over as the Chiefs RB1 this week, which I didn't know until I looked back at the stats.
Chiefs RB1 is an RB none.
Yeah, they had like 15 total running back carries.
I know,
this week, so.
I know, but to be fair,
the fact that Patrick Mahomes wasn't their RB1 is shocking to me, honestly. With his 2 scrambles.
I mean, Mahomes had 7 carries, so maybe he could be RB1 in a couple weeks.
We might have a Pacheco mention during starts and sits today.
I wonder which one it's going to be.
Let's not
in a few weeks,
too early.
A few weeks, he's going to be on waivers, so.
Well, let's just say I'm going to tell the people to start him this week, okay?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there, okay?
How about the let's talk about the Rams.
Don't cut me off.
No, I'll cut you off at once.
Let's talk about the old dudes wearing number 13 balling out this week. Keenan Allen and Mike Evans were both very good.
2 great games.
2 people I counted out, honestly. I thought they were going to be bad this year. I thought they lost.
I did too. I thought the same.
They both look slow, but they also both look like they can be slow. Like they're good being slow, you know?
Yeah, Baker to Mike Evans for the first 2 weeks has been great.
Besides, that was a push-off on that 70-yard touchdown. Bad no call. But who cares with the Bears? We don't... They can
I thought Matt Stafford looked really good against the 49ers, which was a good assurance for after the injury last year, except the pick, yeah. But I thought overall, not a bad performance from Stafford. Puka Nacua, the rookie receiver.
Crazy.
Another great week.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's actually good. Like,
how do you get 20 targets?
Did I put him as a sit? Because I discussed him as putting as a sit last year.
I don't think you did. You didn't have him as a sit. I'm pretty sure.
I was going back and forth.
You were a Puka Nacua fraud preacher last week.
I was a fraud preacher, man. I feel bad. But he was better this week. I was like, best case scenario, he's slightly worse than you. No, he was better.
Yeah.
And he was like,
he's really turned up.
Adjustments, you know, he's just a good receiver. And also,
he's a good receiver.
Van Jefferson's the worst receiver on that team. That's
I know a lot of people thought he would be the wide receiver 1.
Tell me,
since he's been there for a couple years.
Tutu Atwell is better than Van Jefferson.
Tutu Atwell is
Tutu Atwell. He's great.
Once again, I will say best Louisville player in the league, even better than Lamar.
Lamar had a great week. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well,
Lamar was the best quarterback in the league.
Solid.
He was making throw after
absolute
throw, still using his legs. And Nelson Aguilar looked like the best receiver. Nah, Zay Flowers still looked like the best.
It was Zay Flowers, yeah. But Nelson Aguilar did have a role with Odell going out early because of injury. But
is Odell's injury? It's not serious.
It's not too serious. He should be back next week.
That's what I thought.
If everything goes well. I want to talk about
I don't know,
Buffalo
man.
versus.
I think Nelson Aguilar kind of carved out a role there. I don't think there's space left for Odell.
There's no space
you want to talk
left.
about Buffalo versus Las Vegas?
I do, just so I can mention Buffalo absolutely dominated them, and it was interesting to see. Does Jacobs have a low ceiling because of the run blocking now? Because they got absolutely killed.
Yeah,
I think he had like negative rushing yards, right?
That offensive line is suspect, man. At best. Like
Adams is the bright spot on that team to me, really.
And Mike has a
And
concussion.
Jacoby Myers when he comes.
Jacoby Myers, yeah, but now
Myers
Adams
is
has a
crazy.
concussion.
Let's talk about that.
Adams has a concussion.
Kareem Jackson is out for people's heads. This is bad, guys.
What,
Did
the
you see
Broncos
hit this
safety?
week? Yeah.
Is he the
Kareem
Broncos
Jackson
safety? Yeah.
knocked out Logan Thomas this week.
Did he really?
Yeah, like he got ejected for that.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. No, I saw it.
Oh, I did. Mhm.
And then, but he did get suspended. But they talked about suspension because it's bad. It's horrible. Why are you doing that, Kareem?
That's 2 weeks in a row. Right?
Come on the podcast. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Dude,
I do want to.
controversial.
I have one more thing for news. Did you guys watch the Patriots Dolphins game last night?
Are we about to talk about Christian Gonzalez?
No.
Looking?
I have a different note. The last play of the game, we almost had the greatest play in Patriots history.
Yeah.
Mike Gesicki, tight end, catches the ball from Patriots quarterback Mac Jones, laterals it back to the offensive lineman, who is about a quarter of a yard short of the drive.
I really
first
thought it
down.
was a first. I thought it was
I
a
really
first
did
at
too.
first. And then they showed one angle. I was like, oh, that sucks.
It was so disappointing because it was such a great play from Cole Strange, the lineman. But yeah,
Cole
that's all I got
Strange,
for-
isn't he like 200 years old?
No, what?
No, he's
Strange
like
was
a second-year
rookie.
player.
Or-
No, I got him mixed up with.
Embarrassing.
He has a weird name, and I got him mixed up with Incognito.
Oh, Richie Incognito. Pretty sure he's like dead by now. Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's like 400.
Do you guys have any
He's
other
always
game
on my
notes?
Madden teams because
I
he's
do want
like.
to talk. I do want to talk about that game because that was first off great game, Dolphins Patriots.
Mhm.
Second off, two teams that I think are really real. Like those teams are good teams.
Mac Jones has been a lot better.
Just
than
a hard
last year.
division. Dolphins are a
Mhm.
contender. I think the Dolphins.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
This is
I agree
absolutely.
with
Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey less.
Yeah, they don't have Dolphins. Don't have Jalen Ramsey.
They don't
Xavier
have their
Howard
best
looks
defensive
good.
player besides Jalen Phillips.
Mhm.
Which I mean, Jalen Phillips didn't do anything last night, which is disappointing. But
Yeah, Patriots running game didn't look great again, which is a little disappointing because they have Ramondre Stevenson. But
and it's a
Yeah.
run defense that got cooked last week, which you know.
Yeah,
we'll
it
see
did.
that. And
yeah,
coaches were hilarious last night, putting on a show. One of the most.
Oh yeah, Bill Belichick, hilarious.
Yeah, on and off the field. First off, great play calls. Belichick's calling like cover zeros in situations that why are you calling cover zeros, but they're working. And then like Mike McDaniel's doing his wacky motion stuff, and then
Mike
they're
Mike
running.
McDaniel is the
Oh,
funniest
great.
coach in the league, and that's not really up for debate. He's hilarious.
Oh, he's funny, man. Do we want to get
Um,
into fantasy MVP now?
Absolutely. Let's get into fantasy
Yeah.
MVPs.
I
Who wants
have.
to go first?
I'll go first. I've got Puka
All right.
Nacua because he proved me wrong,
All right.
and I appreciate that.
He did.
BYU legend.
Yeah, that was-
Wait, he BYU, right?
Yes, BYU.
Yeah, BYU legend. He plays like a Mormon, and yeah, great week, man. I was shocked.
Yeah, he played really well.
Yeah, I mean
Bunch of
he's
yards,
basically
bunch of catches.
soaking in targets. Like he's. I mean he's quite literally soaking in targets. I mean, it's
Graham,
crazy.
who's your MVP this week?
All right. Anyways, my fantasy MVP. He was on my team. Love this dude. We already talked about him a little. Number 13. He's an old man. His name is Mike Evans. Absolute
What a week.
stud. Also,
What a
Baker
week.
Mayfield looking solid.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's had a good first couple
He
weeks.
had like
Not bad
160 some yards and a touchdown. Crazy.
Yeah, good week.
Yeah.
My fantasy MVP
So what
was
was yours, Joe?
one of my starts from last week. It's Brian Robinson, who, as we expected, continued his takeover of the backfield.
Oh, and
he looked
a
great.
30-yard reception.
Shut up. It doesn't matter. Brian's the guy. I think he's a steady. You can start him as an RB2 in fantasy football now. He's had a great
People
week.
are saying
He's the goal
RB1.
line back.
I'm just saying that. People are saying RB1.
He had a great week, and I think the value from where you got him is absolutely insane for what he's doing
Yeah,
right now.
value-
So
Wasn't he the
Yeah,
last?
that is
Where
my-
I got him.
In one of our
that's my
drafts,
fantasy
wasn't
MVP.
Wasn't he the last pick?
He was the last pick in one of our drafts,
Man,
which is
That's
irrelevant.
pretty great. Yeah. Let's move into fantasy bust. What do you guys got?
I'll go first. Brees Hall. They just didn't run the ball. He didn't get carries. I mean, he wasn't. He got like 2 targets, 0 catches, and like 4 carries for 9 yards.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't, click the worry button yet. He wasn't getting.
It was
like, out-
Cowboys.
He wasn't getting out carried by anyone but Zach Wilson. I don't think. Like I'm pretty sure Dalvin Cook, who
He did post a tweet after though that he was he posted a cryptic tweet like he was upset.
You are a Cleveland Brown. Brees
You
Hall.
are a Cleveland Brown. Did we already mention the Nick Chubb?
Yeah, we did. We
did.
Makers.
Okay.
We
the Cam Makers.
Devastating.
My fantasy bust was Kyle Pitts this week, and it's a couple reasons. First of all, he just didn't get targeted much, and obviously the yardage wasn't great. And my second reason is the backup tight end got more targets and more receptions than Kyle Pitts. Jonnu Smith. That is a rough sight for Kyle Pitts enjoyers.
They're probably cousins.
You think so?
I just put that together. That's fine.
That
Arthur
checks
Smith
out.
is a genius, man. I love him.
Arthur Smith, great. Logan, what do you got for bust?
I already said, bro. I got Brees Hall.
It's me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Graham.
Ooh, that's embarrassing.
I know.
All right. This one might be kind of a prediction here. This game isn't over, but I can tell this player sucks, and he's on one of my fantasy teams. It's Najee Harris. Bro's an absolute brick. You couldn't roll him 5 feet if you tried. Yeah, he's a brick. You try to flip him over, roll him a few yards. He's going negative yards. He's going backwards. He's terrible.
Wait, if he goes for enough negative yards, he has 0.9 right now. If he goes for -8, I win versus you. How does that make you feel?
Wow.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs at -9, so that could definitely happen.
That would be crazy.
That would be awesome.
No, I even to go -8 fantasy points, not -8 yards.
Oh.
Yeah, not -8 yards. So he's got to lose 80. Honestly, listen.
It could happen.
He pulls he forgets which way the end zone is. He goes the other way. I wouldn't put it past him.
So we've gone through MVP and bust. Logan, do you have our would you rathers for this week?
Oh, do I have would you rathers? We have two categories of would you rathers.
2 categories.
Our first would be which coach would you rather hang out with? Okay.
Ooh, okay.
First up, we've got 2 people terrorists to the game, obviously. Jonathan Gannon or Brandon Staley. Which would you rather hang out with?
I'm so glad you mentioned Jonathan Gannon. It would absolutely be Jonathan Gannon in my mind. I mean, he's coaching the best team in the league.
I think
the best team in the league. I mean,
Jonathan Gannon just seems like he'd be so goofy, you know?
Logan, you asked me this earlier, and I had a different question. I had a different answer, but I'm changing it. It's Jonathan Gannon. He's goofy. I totally agree.
Yeah.
He seems like the more fun guy to hang out with. Give me Jonathan Gannon.
He would give me like a motivational thing in the middle of our hangout, and it would like make me more suicidal afterwards, you know? And I think
it's like, did you guys see the clip where he was like introducing himself to players, and he was like, explosions, explosions, explosions. That's my favorite quote of all time.
Explosions.
I think he's a sitcom character, man. I don't know, man. They almost won this week, though. We didn't talk about that game.
And I mean, that was a crazy game.
But yeah, no.
What's the next one you got?
McVay or Shanahan?
McVay.
I think Shanahan.
He gives me motivational speaker vibes. Also, he's a winner.
But Shanahan...
I'd say McVay.
And I'm a fullback enjoyer, and I want to talk to him about Kyle Juszczyk, you know? That's my end.
Kyle Juszczyk is the best modern fullback
because he would just
ever.
I would choose McVay just because I feel like he's so energetic. He would drive the conversation. I wouldn't even have to say much. I could just listen.
He just seems like more of the fun guy because Shanahan's kind of more of a monotone type dude. I feel like I would definitely rather hang out with McVay. What's next? What's the next one?
Oh,
yeah. Vrabel or Saleh?
That's Titans or Jets head coach. Saleh. It's Saleh.
I'd say Vrabel. I think
he seems super energetic and fun to be around.
Why Saleh?
Vrabel is way more energetic than Saleh.
Saleh seems like he's got fire in his gut, man. He loves it, man. I like Saleh. He's just an excited dude. I think he'd be a lot of fun to hang around with.
Vrabel's wacky, but not in like the Jonathan Gannon way, and like the he would just get me pumped, you know.
I mean, they're both great motivators. But
maybe you could also get. Yeah, maybe you could also get an injured Aaron Rodgers to come along, though.
True.
Oh, with Saleh, yeah.
They're both great motivators, but I hate Tennessee Titans, so that is my reasoning. That's all I got.
Facts. That's fair.
What's up next?
I agree with that.
Main event, last one.
Okay.
Dan Campbell or Arthur Smith?
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Dan
I say
Campbell.
Arthur Smith. I think
That dude
Dan
is
Campbell's
crazy.
Too much. Yeah, he's too crazy.
He is insane.
If you're looking for a fun time, is there anything?
I want him to just scream the craziest play calls into my face for an hour. Just like insane stuff.
I feel like Arthur Smith just seems so smart. He seems like such an intellectual human being, you know?
He seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
He would tell me why he uses Kyle Pitts as a distraction every single play. You know? I think that is something that I would
And you want to know. I mean, you do genuinely want to know.
Yeah. Would you be more angry with Arthur Smith? Is that why you want to talk to him?
No, I don't have Kyle Pitts in fantasy this year. I was angry with him last year before he got injured.
Yeah.
This year, I just love his team. And he's using Bijan, and I have Bijan this year, you know? So,
True. I love Bijan. I have Bijan too, so
I know.
in a different league. So he's a dog.
Okay.
But yeah, 2 Dan Campbells, 1 Arthur Smith.
He's
What's
dog.
up next?
Next one, we have guest. Who would you rather have on the podcast? I know all these guys are listening, so you know.
Okay.
Of
So it's an
course.
invitation.
Peyton Hendershot or Antonio Gibson?
Antonio Gibson.
You think so?
Yeah, I
Peyton
want to
Hendershot.
know.
Peyton
Yeah,
I
Hendershot.
want to know how it
Hendershot.
feels
Yeah,
to completely.
I should have two.
I want to know how it feels for Gibson to completely lose the Washington backfield.
Oh, he had
when it
a
was his.
30-yard catch this week, actually.
No, I want to ask him what it feels like to not be Christian
suffer.
McCaffrey anymore after the comparisons.
Our banner on Twitter is just Antonio Gibson's face. I hope you know. Follow
That's
it.
awesome.
You know, follow the Twitter post.
Follow Twitter, please. Everything is
My-
podcast by committee.
Okay. Next
My
one.
reasoning for Peyton
Oh, wait, no,
Hendershot
never
would
mind. He's not
definitely be
done.
like, how are you... I'm not done.
Yeah,
My
keep
reasoning
going.
would be like, how do you fit in this amazing Cowboys tight end room? Like, it's
He
shocking
doesn't.
how many combined drops you guys have had.
I'm pretty sure they're all the same person. I think they're just like
I think
they
they're-
They are.
different
They
uniforms every single
absolutely
week.
are.
Jerry Jones is committing a hate.
And they all
crime
have at
against the
least
tight
2
end group.
drops a game.
They're all like 1 catch for 3 yards and a touchdown every week, but it's a
Oh,
different
yeah.
one. So they might just be
Oh,
different uniforms.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what's up next? What's
this
the
one's
next
hard
one?
hitting. Okay, would you rather have C.J. Ham or Reggie Gilliam?
Oh, CJ Ham.
I
No.
think Reggie
There's not
Gilliam-
even a contest
Reggie Gilliam
here.
seems like a dude, man.
CJ Ham is one of the longest tenured fullbacks in the league. I want to know how he's just kept himself in such great shape
Yep.
for so long.
No,
He's
I
a
would.
mainstay,
I would
man.
also go CJ Ham, so that we could
He's
play
like a
call.
new
Like
Logan.
if we're in a sticky situation, I'd just say go Ham, and then they just give
Oh,
the hand
that's
off to
the,
CJ
just so you
Ham.
could have the play call called Go Ham.
Oh yeah, and they wouldn't see it coming. Nobody like CJ Ham walks out there. They're like, oh, I don't know the play, and then they hear go Ham, and they're like,
So you're
oh,
coaching for
yeah.
him. Like you become his coach.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sorry, Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell.
I'm also quarterback. Sorry, Kurt.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this one we're doing a throwback here. Okay, would you rather have Curtis Martin or Sam Bradford on the podcast?
Sam
Sam
Bradford.
Bradford.
He's
Sam
a
Bradford.
hometown guy.
Good. I have
Yeah.
his bobblehead right here. I was looking at his bobblehead earlier when I was writing this.
He's a
down.
Missouri guy.
'Cause
That's
there's
the
a
only
Curtis
reason we
Martin
got it.
guy.
tattoo on my side.
He's a cool. I think he'd be a cool dude to have. I think he'd be fun to talk to. So, Sam,
might-
if you're
I agree.
listening, elite quarterback Sam Bradford of the St. Louis Rams, please, we need you to come on.
I own 4 Sam Bradford jerseys. I wore them for picture day every single year until 4th grade.
Logan, what's our next one? Do you have any more?
We've got no, but do you want to move into the questions of the week? We've got
Oh,
2
I
of
do
them.
want to move into the questions.
Yeah,
New
absolutely.
segment. New segment. That's fun.
Which one do you want to do first? The draft or the? Not the draft.
So let's do the position and jersey number.
Okay.
Okay.
So this question, I don't why this one's very dumb. No, it's not. It's not. If you could be any position, any number, any team, what are you doing, Joe? Hit me.
First of all, greatest job in the history of the universe, backup quarterback.
Okay.
You literally just
True.
have to memorize where adult men are going to be on a grass field and then not play football and get paid millions. And my number would be 0 because that's how many minutes I want to play on a football field my entire career. So I don't get
What
hurt.
team?
Because you get the plus of millions of dollars. You don't get
But-
your back and
but
knees
Joe, you don't-
destroyed.
You don't get the bonus of CTE. That's devastating. Like I want
True.
that so bad.
Let me change my answer. Let me change.
Yeah,
I want
change
to be
your
running
answer.
back.
What team would you be though? Who are you backing up?
Oh,
That's what
Chargers.
I want. Chargers.
Chargers. I get to learn from the greatest backup quarterback ever, Chase Daniel.
Easton Stick?
And I get to be in LA. And Easton Stick. and I get to live in LA. Great combination.
Never mind. I just got a notification. Cam Akers is not going to the Browns. Jerome Ford has had a 69-yard rush.
Wow.
Jerome Ford season. Okay, Graham.
So Logan, what's your answer?
No.
Wait, me.
Oh, Graham. Yeah, we can do Graham.
Me? Okay. All right. So
I'm curious.
I've taken inspiration from one of my favorite players of all time. His name is Dominic Daphne. I'm sure you've all heard of him. So he's number 49.
No one
I
has
just think
heard of Dominic Daphne.
Okay, look him up. He's the greatest. He actually has a fan account that I made. So yeah, look that up on Instagram too. But
he was on the
anyways,
Packers, right? He was a backup.
He was on the Packers. Yes.
He's like a fullback hybrid, isn't he?
Yes, which is what I want to be. Except I want to be the second fullback.
Okay.
And the third tight end.
Oh, okay.
So I'm barely in the rotation, but when I get a touchdown, it's crazy. And I'm number 49 in his honor. And the team I'm playing for is definitely going to be the Raiders. Here's why. So that when my extended family has to come to the game, it's the most expensive game. And they have to pay like a ton of money because the Raiders tickets are so expensive. Yeah, they have to pay so much money to watch me do absolutely nothing all year.
Wow.
That was awesome.
That just sounds like a dream. It just sounds like a dream. I don't know.
Logan, what do you got?
So I took mine a little different direction, You guys did, for yourself. I did mine what the team needs. So I went to the Giants. What do the Giants need? They need someone that's going to go out there and play. Okay.
True.
So I want to be a white backup linebacker who mainly plays on special teams.
Oh,
there. He's gonna run down the field. He's gonna try to block that punt. He's gonna try his hardest. He'll block on kickoff return. He'll block on punt return. He'll block on kick. He'd wear number 46.
Logan, I have a question.
I wear number 46.
Logan, I have a question. Would you get a Pro Bowl nod? Do you think
I would have
in your career?
The Giants fans would be the only person voting me.
Okay,
Logan,
I got you.
Logan, if I was your head coach, I would give you like a special play where you come out and everybody knows it. But it's like Tampa too. It's something like really simple.
Oh yeah.
But you're out there and you always hype up the crowd. You're always waving to the crowd.
I go exclusive. Like if I'm on the field, it's a cover zero blitz, and like they just know. And
everyone knows.
I'm sprinting at the quarterback.
The offense knows that's going to be a touchdown.
I am there to either get a sack or rough the passer. Okay, and that is all I'm there for.
Okay. How about we go into underdog pick of week 3? Graham, you go first.
Underdog like game?
Yeah.
Yes, game.
Okay, week 3. I'm going to have to go with, I don't know. I have a few. Come back to me. I have a few and I've got to decide.
Okay,
Joe,
Logan,
you go because I think Joe.
Me? Okay.
I think I might have one of yours, so we'll do the other.
My underdog pick of the week is Falcons over Lions. Falcons, obviously, we already discussed their offense, so there's not really a reason to do that again. But great guys all over the ball on offense. The defense showed a lot of resilience, and Arthur Smith has been a great head coach so far. Off to a 2-0 start, they're electric. I think they're the new fun team in the league.
They're fun. They're fun.
Lions off a tough week last week. I think we could see another, maybe sort of a skid. I hope not, because I like the Lions, but I'm picking the Falcons here, just off of offensive prowess and what they've got going so far. So
I like that. That was one of mine. But my other one, I'll say, icky. I don't know if I necessarily want to stick by this, but it's a big underdog because I think they're like 8-point underdogs or something.
Oh,
Texans over Jacksonville. I see a vision.
Wow.
Jacksonville was sluggish last week.
True.
True.
I can see it.
Offense was not great.
I could absolutely see it.
Yeah, it could happen.
Was it just because the Colts were kind of, letting them because they were up by so much? Maybe, but
true.
They weren't bad. And the defense, Texans defense, of course, last week it didn't look great, but they have potential. I think they could pull one out. I'm not saying I think they're going to. I think there is I would say 35-40% chance they win this one. And I think that is good. I think they'll keep it close. Maybe. It all depends on CJ Stroud, which you don't want to trust a rookie quarterback. But I trust him. I like CJ
I do too.
Stroud.
I would too. He's been solid.
More 300-yard passing games than Justin Fields.
Plus, he's also started targeting Dalton Schultz, which is the biggest success in his career.
Found Tank
Dell. And Nico Collins.
Nico Collins is the greatest player in the NFL.
The Texans receiving core is coming together.
Underrated.
It's coming together.
And I love Tank Dell. We love Tank Dell. As a podcast, Come on
We
the
love
show,
Tank
Tank.
Dell.
I know
Come
you
on,
want to. I
Tank,
know you're
please.
Please,
dude.
please, Tank.
If we
Okay,
could get
Graham.
the Tank duo, if we could get Tank Bigsby
Tank
and
Bigsby?
Tank Dell, dude,
Who's the better
That's my
tank
dream.
next week? What tank performs better next week?
We could do like a
Tank
segment.
Dell.
Who's the better tank each week? I think that's a great
good.
idea.
I think
Graham,
next
how about
week-
you go
Alright.
next?
My game, okay. So this one, I think it could definitely happen. It's Patriots over Jets,
Ooh, Wait, is that an upset?
and I think it's got to be right.
Like Patriots win against the Jets?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Patriots are 0-2.
I'll allow it. I think you can allow it.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I think they
You
do.
know.
I think that's
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
They're favorites
If you
in my
can,
book on it.
I mean, I can't even name like one Jets good corner. Like I can't even think of one.
True.
Like there are none. Who's gonna
They
cover?
definitely do not have.
Who's gonna
the best
cover
corner duo in
insert
the
good
league.
receiver on the Patriots?
Bro, he's gonna block us on Twitter. He's gonna block us on Twitter. Oh my
Who,
god.
Hunter
Sauce?
Henry is
Sauce Gardner?
unstoppable.
Sauce Gardner.
Okay, DJ
Even
Reed, Sauce
mad.
Gardner, don't block us on Twitter.
Please.
We love you
Come on
guys.
the
Jets
show.
have great
Please,
corners.
we love
Take
you
it
guys.
back.
Come debate Graham on the show.
And I'll show you why you got cooked by Hunter Henry week 3.
Are you sure it was him specifically that got cooked by
It's
Hunter
gonna be.
Henry,
It's
the
gonna
best
be.
tight end in the league? I
Should
lost
be-
a fantasy matchup because Hunter Henry got a touchdown. I was pretty upset
Yeah,
about
because
that.
he's a dog.
It was bad. How about we go into?
Let's go to the main event, Joe. Let's do the main,
Main
event.
event.
The meat and potatoes.
Oh, sure.
The tight end to draft. This is a
Oh,
draft. We're going to
okay.
be drafting tight end. The
Backup tight
tight
ends.
ends. We're drafting. So I think it's going to go Joe, Graham, me. I think that's.
No,
what
I don't
we're
want to go
doing.
first.
Oh,
Actually,
too
no.
bad.
No, I do. No, let
Okay.
me go first. No, I'm
So it's
sorry.
going to be a snake
I do want to
draft.
go first.
So I'll pick twice, and we're going to go 3 rounds, right? So we're basically drafting a tight
I'm just
end.
gonna
for-
comb through my head, make sure I didn't miss anyone.
Oh, see, I got them written down because
I do. I just there was a major.
I've got 11, so I should. Yeah, because it will only be 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Started
my
us off,
first
Joe. Who you
pick,
got number 1?
starting it off. Technically a backup, shouldn't be. Signed with the Patriots, I believe, it was this offseason. Give me Mike Gesicki.
He was my 2.
He was the starter for the Dolphins last year. Shouldn't be a backup on the Patriots. They play them both, so technically, but on the depth chart, he is the backup. So my first pick is going to be Mike Gesicki. He's got a good rapport with Mac Jones so far. They got 2 great tight ends there, but he is technically the backup, so that'll be my first pick.
How many
Okay.
guys? Wait, how many do you have written down, guys?
I have 10.
10. Graham,
Yeah, we're doing 3 rounds. 3
Okay, I
rounds,
was thinking about
snake
doing
type
4.
draft.
I've seen about throwing 4 in there. Okay,
Nah, I
that'd be
think
funny.
3 is fine.
Okay.
For their
Graham,
backup
you go.
tight ends.
Graham, you
Okay.
go.
Okay, so this is a tough one for my first
No,
pick.
it's not. It's not.
No, see, I like players that aren't necessarily good.
Spit it out.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with River Crookcraft or whatever his name is.
That's not a tight end. That's a
He's
receiver.
a wide receiver.
He's a
He's
receiver.
a wide receiver.
Oh, I thought
Yes, he is a wide
Okay,
receiver.
okay, so I'm
Oh,
going.
that's embarrassing.
That is
That's
embarrassing. I'm
That's
sorry.
embarrassing.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Ian Thomas then. Absolute dog.
Is-
Tell me, put any Jets corner again. I can't name them because I don't know them. Put
Tommy
any
Trimble
Jets,
over him on the Jets.
any
That's
Jets
pretty
corner on Ian Thomas, and
He's on the
not
Panthers,
being
right?
stopped.
Ian Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ian
absolutely.
Thomas.
He's like their
He's
blocking
good.
tight end on the Panthers.
They're blocking tight end. No, he's their main guy. He's their.
Are you sure?
No.
He's their go-to. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay,
In a
for
draft about backup tight ends, he's their go-to guy. Logan, who you got?
For me, I'm
You got
going
2
Dalton
picks back to
Kincaid.
back.
Dalton Kincaid's easiest answer. I thought he was
Gotta
the
cross
one.
him off my
pick.
list.
I thought he was the one. 'Cause
It was
he's
close.
great. This is a 2-way. There's 2 guys that I think are close. I think I'm gonna go with Trey McBride.
Oh, dang it!
Trey McBride.
Nice.
is
Darn it!
good,
Darn it!
man.
Darn it!
Trey McBride is.
He was great in college. Hasn't shown too much in the pros, but that's because he is a
No,
backup
he's-
to Zach Ertz
He's been
on the
good this week.
Cardinals.
And Zach Ertz
He's
sucks.
been
Zach Ertz
solid.
is a fraud.
Yeah, Zach Ertz is in front of him on the Cardinals. But yeah, that's a
Just
good
maybe on
pick.
the five.
Kincaid and McBride. Graham, who you got next for backup tight end draft?
Okay, so who are we considering the backup tight end in Vegas?
Austin
It's,
Hooper.
No,
Okay.
yeah, it's Austin Hooper. Or
Dang it!
wait, no, I don't know.
You took Austin Hooper from me.
Yes, I'm taking Austin Hooper.
Darn it, darn it,
is
darn
what
it.
I'm
He was
taking.
my 5. I have someone over him. There's someone I have over him. I hope
That
he
sucks.
falls.
Any explanation or just like he used to be good?
I mean, he used to be good and he was fun to watch, so
Fair.
that's about it.
Logan, I'm gonna take who I know you're gonna pick because you took mine. Let me warm up here.
I don't think you are.
Nicknamed the sixth lineman in college.
No, yeah, you don't know who this is. You don't know.
From the Georgia Bulldogs. From the Georgia Bulldogs, drafted the Pittsburgh Steelers. Had first round NFL draft buzz, didn't end up going there. Give me Darnell Washington back for the Steelers.
On my list.
Hasn't done. He's 12th. Well, he hasn't done much yet, but he's got the tool set as a receiver. He's athletic. He's a wildly good blocker.
Did he do anything
and I think
right?
I don't. Not that I've seen so far, but he's
game.
got the skill set. Obviously, a rookie, but he's got the skill set to be a really good asset for him. So give me Darnell Washington, the receiver, the blocker, the athlete from Georgia to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is my second pick.
He has no target.
All right. I can't believe he fell.
Okay, Joe, it's your pick again.
Oh yeah, it is. Shoot.
Yeah.
I'm between a couple. I think. Ooh man, I'm gonna go with Robert Tonyan here.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Okay.
He was on the Packers. He was on the Packers last year. He was their starting tight end. He was pretty good for a couple years with Aaron Rodgers. Signed with the Bears. I think just the fact that he has a lot of starting experience under his belt. Plus, he was pretty solid there for Aaron Rodgers. Had a couple good seasons. He was great in the red zone as a touchdown scorer. But yeah, the backup tight end for the Bears. Hopefully, Fields can give him a couple more targets. But that's my second pick there. Your third.
Man, you guys are. Can I just say, you guys are the most boring people I've ever met.
Wow.
And I'm saying that because. Who's the most versatile player you've ever watched play football? Because, let me tell you.
He's my fourth.
It's not.
He was ranked four on my board, and he's still not going.
It's not Travis Hunter. Who's Travis Hunter, dude? Terrible. He's not going to make it to the
Tommy
NFL.
Tremble? Are you about to talk about Tommy Tremble, the gadget tight end?
It is Taysom Hill, the greatest tight end and quarterback and running back of all time.
Smart.
I thought I was going to get him. I was going to win this so badly, too.
I don't know if he's still leading the Saints in rushing tonight, but he's a dog and a half.
He is, man. And he's more.
Logan, who you got?
He soaks the defense with rushing yards, man.
Absolutely.
Can I pick two guys from the same team? Can I pick a duo?
What was the last round? So,
oh no, are you gonna snag my boys?
No, just one.
But yeah, this is the last round. I say we just do another round. I say we just hit it back.
You want to?
I want to, so I can get both of these guys. Actually, someone's gonna take it from me now, but I'm taking Will Dissly, man. That guy can straight out play ball.
Dang it. Seahawks backup tight end, man.
Will Dissly can play ball, and so can Colby Parkinson, and one of you should take Colby Parkinson.
So you took two Seahawks backups?
Oh, wait, I can go back-to-back, right?
Yeah, you can go back-to-back.
I'll go Colby Parkinson.
So two Seahawks backup tight ends.
They're too good to keep apart from each other. I mean,
True.
those guys, that's the best. That might be the best tight end when it comes to depth. Best tight end room in the league. Noah Fant, Will Dissly, Colby Parkinson, all underrated, honestly.
No fan is not good.
Yeah, but then you have Will Dissly and Colby Parkinson.
True, I agree with that. Okay, my last pick is probably going to be Luke Schoonmaker.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Listen. Okay, listen.
And we're listening.
If you look at like the spread of touchdowns that we were talking about earlier to tight ends, he's bound to at least get one or two or three every year, right? Yeah, he had one. Is that
good enough?
That's good enough for me. Listen, at my three, I'm already so confident in Taysom Hill.
All right.
On that note, he had 9 rushes for 75 yards tonight and led the team, and they won.
That's wild.
Wow. Taysom Hill?
That's my tight end.
Taysom Hill. 8 yards per rush tonight, man.
That's insane.
So my last pick, I'm between two guys. I'm between Baltimore backup Isaiah Likely.
Fair.
And John Bates of the Washington Commanders.
He can ball. John Bates.
I'm going to take...
I would take Isaiah Likely.
Likely's great. I've seen Bates play more. I think he's a good receiver. I think he's better than Logan Thomas. but he's behind him on the depth chart.
Let's not get
John Bates. John Bates of the Commanders is going to be my last pick. So let's go through our teams real quick. I've got Gesicki of the Patriots, Tonyan of the Bears, Darnell Washington of the Steelers, and John Bates of the Commanders.
Joe, I think it's unfair that you went first because my team is first in best quality. Ian Thomas, what a snag. I mean, I know he was high on you guys' list. Like, he was right there, and I know that, so I snagged him.
He's not the best tight end
All
on
right.
his team. Tommy Trimble is better.
Tommy Trimble's better. Panthers.
I don't think we can even say that. Okay, next we got Taysom Hill. Dog. Already talked about
Well, you
him.
had Austin Hooper next.
Oh, Austin Hooper, yeah.
He doesn't know his own team.
Wait. Oh, we
you had
picked
Austin Hooper.
4?
Yeah, we picked 4.
Oh, yeah, I did have Austin Hooper. Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
And then you
Austin
had Raiders, Austin Hooper, and then you had who was your last pick just now?
My last pick was Luke Schoonmaker.
Yeah, Luke Schoonmaker, Cowboys. All right, Logan, what you got?
I mean, I got a bunch of dogs, man. I got Dalton Kincaid. He was 1 on my board. I got Trey McBride. He was 3 on my board. And then I got 6A and B on my board, and Will Dissly and Colby Parkinson. And that,
nice.
They won the team. As a tight end room, mine's winning a championship. I don't care if I have
a championship in the backup tight end football league.
Put Josh McCown out there right now.
Yeah, I don't think your tight end room can win a championship without a tight end, without a quarterback, which mine has.
Oh yeah, I forgot. What is next on this? This has been a
let's
great
do
show
starts,
so far.
sits, and waivers next.
Okay.
Start, sits, and waivers.
I can start with my. No, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. Give me Isaiah Pacheco against the Bears. I think this will be a blowout. I think he'll get carries. I think
it'll be a
goal
blowout.
line work. Give me Isaiah Pacheco.
Who's next?
You go, Joe.
I can go.
Oh, we're going one at a
time. Yeah.
Okay, I can go next. My first start is George Pickens versus the Raiders.
Too.
Everyone we've seen play the Raiders has absolutely gone off on offense because they have a terrible defense.
Who is number 0? Bennett? What's his first name? It's like
Jacorian. It's Jacorian Bennett.
He is
Jacorian Bennett.
That's their safety, the Raiders' safety.
I couldn't
But
agree more.
Pickens is great. He had a 70-yard touchdown tonight. Raiders have a bad defense. I think he's going to go off as the one. So, Graham, you're up next.
Wait, hold on.
All right,
so gust of Jacorian Bennett. I just accidentally unplugged my mic. So. Okay.
My start for the week is Zay Flowers playing the worst defense in the league, Indianapolis defense. I couldn't even name a single player on their team, to be honest. I know Joe can name a few.
I can name all.
Is Kenny Moore still on the team?
Yeah, Kenny Moore's still there.
That secondary is suspect.
It's suspect. I agree. We know it's suspect. All right,
man, it's so bad.
I got Pickens. Pickens is gonna. I think he'll just explode.
Yeah.
But next, he had a good week. He had a good week this week, but I think he's going to explode. Maybe catch a few deep balls next week. Gabe Davis, man, against the Commanders.
Yeah.
Marvin Mims.
Slow week 1, great week 2.
And I think Gabe Davis is going to turn out. I don't like Gabe Davis as a player. I
hate Gabe Davis.
Player, but I think this week, I think they're going to
strong opinions on Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis is the most on and off player I've ever seen in my life.
He's
true. That's very true.
And I hate
Buffalo's wide receiver too.
Yeah, I hate trying to call when he's going to be great, but I'm
that's impossible.
Gabe Davis, give me him.
My second start is going to be Miles Sanders, Panthers running back versus the Seattle Seahawks. We saw David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs play well as runners. I think that'll continue. Plus, Bryce Young not having a very good night. I think we could definitely see them rely more on the run. They have an okay offensive line, and Miles Sanders is a good player. He looked good week 1. I think he looked fine week 2. But yeah, against that Seattle rushing defense, I think Miles Sanders has a pretty good week.
Bro, Shaq Thompson's out for the season. Just in.
You're joking.
Shaq Thompson, are you serious?
Yeah.
Panthers linebacker Shaq Thompson out for the season.
Dang.
Breaking news.
That's crazy.
Wow,
that sucks.
I got a call from him.
Graham, who you got next?
Okay, so my next start is probably going to be Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
And here's why. Amazing week, right? And you would think, with Derwin James, that they've been good so far this year against the pass. They've been worst in the league against the pass, according to ESPN.
They win by 40 this week. Vikings win by 40 this week.
Yeah. I think so. And the Chargers in general have been buns.
Yeah. So J.C. Jackson is a terrible corner.
Brandon Staley should...
I'm calling it Jordan Addison, another 30-plus yard touchdown with ease. Moss's Derwin James in the end zone.
Brandon Staley
Logan.
be sent to arena football. That's my opinion.
Logan, do you have any more starts?
No, I have sits. Are we ready for sits?
I have
Yeah,
one
we're
more
ready for
start.
sits.
Okay,
Okay.
Joe's
I have
got
one more
another
start. It's Matthew Stafford versus the Bengals. He's looked great so far to start the season, and the Bengals have been reeling on offense and defense. I think Puka Nacua is going to have another good week, and give me Stafford. I think he's a solid start that not many people are expecting, and they're sleeping on him. So Matthew Stafford, Rams quarterback, into the start.
Okay.
Who wants to go on sits? Logan, you want to start?
Sit. Don't play
Okay.
Rashad White this week. Do not do it. He had a
Who's
good week
he
last
playing?
week.
Chiefs?
Eagles.
No,
Eagles.
Eagles. Oh,
Don't play Rashad White.
nope.
It's just even if he does decent, it's just not worth the risk of.
Don't play anyone playing the Eagles defensive line.
Yeah,
Horrible, man.
My
Um,
next,
Who else got it?
because I can go.
Graham, you got it.
All right. So my sit for this week is probably going to have to be another Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Probably going to be Chris Godwin. This guy's been overshadowed by his superior in every way, Mike Evans. He's been getting targets, but not like deep balls like we want him to get, and he hasn't been very good after the catch, at least from what I've seen. And Darius Slay is probably going to be moving around. I don't know who Darius Slay would be on.
I think that's fair.
If Darius Slay is on him at any point, nah, I wouldn't trust him.
I'm gonna try to speed through this because my phone's at 7% right now. So, I got Justin Fields versus Kansas City as a sit. Didn't look very good last week at all, and going against an aggressive defense in Kansas City. I think Moore could have a solid week. DJ Moore, their wide receiver, but I don't look for Fields to do great as a runner or a passer this week against Kansas City's defense. So
Yeah.
that's my first sit. Logan?
My next one is DeAndre Swift versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I agree with that.
Don't think it'll. I just don't.
Fluke week.
And I think they'll go back to the committee, and also Bucks have a good run defense.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, they're going to go back to a running back by committee, I think.
And I think they'll
Right there.
pass the ball a lot, or
Yeah.
a lot of quarterback runs. I think that's how you beat the Bucks. And
Agreed.
that's what they'll do.
Yeah, Buccaneers have a good defensive line. Graham, who you got next?
Okay, so I'm probably, I don't know. This one's a bit tough because I don't want to say Christian Watson, but I want to give him a week, even if he's healthy again. I just want to give him a week.
That's
all
fair.
these other receivers have carved out roles. Somehow Dontavion Wicks carved something.
Jaden Reed, Romeo Dubs.
Jaden Reed, absolutely. Romeo
Great
Dubs.
receivers.
I
Luke
just
Musgrave,
wanna
the
wait a
tight
week.
end.
I just want to
That's
wait a
totally
week on
fair.
him.
The hamstring. My next sit is going to be Ramondre Stevenson versus the Jets.
Yep.
He's had a slow start to the season, and I think that continues against a really good defense, and especially defensive line against the Jets.
Yep.
They're good all over. Zeke is getting carries too, Ezekiel Elliott. So Patriots running back Ramondre Stevenson, I just don't see him getting a ton of carries and don't see him doing a lot with those carries unless he gets some kind of goal line touchdown. So I'm going to sit Ramondre Stevenson versus the good Jets defense.
Yeah.
Logan, you're up.
I'm sitting Zach Ertz against the Cowboys. They might score negative points this week. The Cardinals could score negative points this week. It's going to be ugly. Don't play Zach Ertz,
Don't play Zach
someone else.
Ertz. Okay.
Do we have any more?
I have
I
one more.
do.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Graham, you got
Go
it.
ahead.
Okay, so my sit is also on the Cardinals. I'm gonna
Fair.
sit Marquise Brown this week.
Fair.
I mean, tell me what our DBs
Don't play
could
Cardinals.
possibly be doing.
Don't start Cardinal players this week.
Yeah, don't start any Cardinals players.
Is it me?
No, I'm not
Because-
done.
Oh, sorry.
We're still talking. We're still ranting.
Tell me what could possibly take up Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, it's not going to be great.
And here's
Like, there's
the thing.
nothing.
If the Cardinals somehow pull off an upset, it's going to be a low-scoring,
Yeah.
do anything game. That's the
Jack
only
with
way
4
they win that
picks.
game. So
So
maybe
So,
James Conner. Maybe James Conner because he's
maybe.
getting garbage time
Maybe.
touches, but that's about it. Don't.
So my last
stay with
sit,
the Cardinals.
it's a bit anticlimactic. I had James Conner written down first. I scratched it out and put the entire Cardinals team versus the Dallas defense, which plays pretty well into our common theme of Arizona Cardinals.
No, I mean it's absolutely true though.
Yeah, I wouldn't start any Cardinals player this week. I would even sit James Conner, Marquise Brown, and Zach Ertz, which you guys have all said.
Micah Parsons was crazy this week, man.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my
he is
gosh.
every week, but he looks
Yeah,
so bad.
don't start
He's
any
crazy.
Cardinals versus the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go into waivers.
right.
I can say mine first.
No, because
First
I have
is up.
yours.
First up. Well, too bad then. You're just gonna look like a fool. I got Zach Moss, running back
Me
for the
too.
Colts. Had 18 carries.
Yeah, me too.
Texans' run defense isn't good, but I think he's going to be the biggest share of the carries moving forward. If Richardson sits a week because of the concussion, Zach Moss is the best running back they have there, and I think he'll continue to see the number of touches he's getting. Who wants to go next?
I'll just go say my one now because I had Zach Moss too.
Yeah, I also did.
Josh Reynolds is rostered in like 1.5% of leagues, and he's gotten.
He's
4
the
catches
Lions
and
wide
5
receiver too, right?
And he's the deep threat, which like
Yeah,
Laporta is probably going to get second most targets, but he'll probably. And I'd say once Jameson Williams is back, forget about it. You know, but for the next 4 weeks, Josh Reynolds could be a. If you're in a deep league, he can be a solid flex if you have absolutely no one else. So,
For anyone that doesn't know, Lions wide receiver, first round pick, Jameson Williams last year, suspended 6 games for gambling violations. So,
Yep.
Graham, what do you got?
Okay,
my
so
boy.
I'm kind of torn on this
My
one.
boy.
I think I'm going to go with. I mean, he hasn't been like amazing, but Kendrick Bourne has been seeing a lot more work than any of us could have possibly expected. And
be the
this
one.
is a team I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to see the Patriots play.
They're a fun team,
Excited to
honestly.
see
They're a
Mac
fun
Jones.
team. Besides the running game.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
defense
I agree.
is fun.
Kendrick Bourne.
Christian Gonzalez is good and hot, and that's 2 things
He's-
you need
he's-
for.
I
He's all the
completely
good
agree with that.
Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, they're both.
Jair's crazy good looking.
Yeah, he's very. What's the best? Is he the best looking corner in the league?
I'd
No,
say
it's
so.
Christian Gonzalez.
Could
It's not Christian
take
Gonzalez.
it? Could Christian?
I wouldn't
Gonzalez
take him.
I think he takes it.
He might. He might. I don't know.
You think so?
I mean, I think give it time. Let it marinate. We'll come back. We'll come back to this.
I think my next waiver is Tank Dell, receiver for the Texans.
Fair.
A lot more targets this week. They had a better receiver in Nico Collins, but I think he's going to get more targets because he's got chemistry with C.J. Stroud. He's a gadget guy, but also a great receiver in and of himself. A great playmaker. I think he's going to see maybe more targets. I think he's going to get more production. Had 70 yards and a touchdown this week, but I think Tank Dell's a good pickup in a lot of leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go
I
next.
agree. So we want to. I have a general discussion question for us next.
Okay.
I have one more waiver.
Oh my gosh,
One
no
more.
one cares, Joe.
I'll be quick. Roshan Johnson,
Bruh.
running back for the Bears.
You really stumped Logan just to say Roshan Johnson. There's no way.
He had a increased workload by a little bit. I think he could take
Boy.
over a little bit more.
He's Zeke, but a rookie.
If we hate him that much, we can move on. I just think it's
I
worth
just
mentioning that
find-
Roshan Johnson, Bears running back, was solid. We can move
I have
on.
personal beef with Roshan Johnson.
Joe, we might have to cut that one out. I don't know. That's not going to fly on this
We're gonna have
podcast,
to end
man.
it. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Roshan Johnson, come on the
Well,
podcast.
we better hurry up because I have 5% left on my phone.
Okay, general discussion question. Who's your MVP? Who's the MVP frontrunner? I think it's someone different than you guys will think.
That's a tough question. That's a
That is
really
a tough
tough
one.
question.
That's a tough.
Note. Russell Wilson is on pace for 4,100 yards.
Oh,
41
gosh.
touchdowns and 8
Shut up. No one
interceptions and
cares.
500
Have you
rushing
seen the
yards.
Kirk one? Have you seen the Kirk Cousins on course?
I'm
one?
looking around the league. If it has to be a quarterback
Probably
right
I think you could
now,
Probably.
yeah, it's probably
Bijan.
going to be a quarterback.
or McCaffrey. Honestly, you could go McCaffrey.
But just for the sake of the argument, the quarterback is going to be it's Lamar or Tua for me.
I think
One of those
Lamar.
two guys.
I
They've
think
been
it's
dynamic
Tua.
so far.
I think Lamar had a rough week 1. This week he was lights out. He was the
He
best
was-
quarterback.
And I think Tua was similar. Had a great week 1 and solid week 2. Not a rough week 2, but a solid
Yeah,
week
he
2.
did drop week 2, but just because he didn't have like a ton of touchdowns.
Yeah, and
I think
they
Tua
were both
is
great.
absolutely electric, and he has
With
probably
Hill,
the best wide
yeah.
receiver in the league.
Lamar just looked so good, man. I
They
watched
both
that
look great
game.
so far.
He
They're
was
the
just
two of the
hitting
best
the
players in the
throw
league.
What did you see his throw? It was a holding call
Yes.
and he incomplete to Mark Andrews in the end zone. He
Yeah.
is rolling.
Do you see the
left,
Zay Flowers? The
cross
Zay
body.
Flowers deep ball?
Yeah, the Zay Flowers
Zay
catch
Flowers was a
crazy.
nice.
Yeah, and Nelson. Agholor.
both
The
guys
Nelson
that have-
Agholor throw.
They've proven the doubters wrong this year. Really, they have.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those are our MVP frontrunners. We got Lamar and Tua. So it seems like we're all in pretty much agreement there.
It's probably
Last
just going to
thing-
be Pat Mahomes again.
Unfortunately.
He's 2 picks in 2
last-
weeks. 17 picks.
Last thing I got the injury report for fantasy.
All right.
We have Joe Burrow, who tweaked his calf. Don't know if he's going to be a go next week. Saquon Barkley with the ankle got X-rayed. Not too bad, but it will be a 2 to 3 week injury probably. Dave Montgomery, thigh injury. He will be out for at least 3 weeks. Anthony Richardson, concussion. He may not be a go next week. Anthony Richardson, Colts quarterback. And Devontae Adams for the Raiders.
He said he'll be fine.
Concussion.
Then Josh McDaniels
He'll probably be fine.
Like,
Devontae Adams and Anthony Richardson have concussions. They have a good chance to be back next week, but just something to monitor. But yeah, Burrow, Saquon, Dave Montgomery, Lions, Richardson, Devontae. That's all I got. So.
All right.
Yeah, kind of.
You guys got anything else to say?
Chubb. We have Chubb too.
Chubb. Yeah, Chubb on the injury report.
It's not official.
It's very sad.
Podcast, but
it's sad.
It's really too bad.
Deontay Johnson's on IR. Did we say that?
Oh, is he? Is he on IR now?
Deontay Johnson. Right before we went on air.
Wow.
Not right before. But
So yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Deontay Johnson IR. Look for George Pickens to get more targets, I guess.
Me and Joe starts.
Yeah, Pickens versus the Raiders.
At least 4
you guys
weeks.
got anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good.
You good?
Great show today.
All right, great show. Let's do the outro. Please look us up under Podcast by Committee on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Share with your friends and family.
Share
We're
with
poor. We need money.
sponsors. We need sponsors,
Share with
baby.
Antonio Gibson because we want him on the podcast.
That's our goal. That's the end goal for
Greatest Commander running back of all time besides all of the rest of them.
JD McKissick.
So,
is he still on the team?
J.D. McKissick.
He's on the team?
Oh, man. He's not.
He's not, man.
I don't think so anymore. Best receiving back of all time. But that's all the time we have, so thank you for listening.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See you next
we'll see
week.
you guys next week.